Hello. Hello, everyone. Yes, I am back. Unfortunately, this is gonna be a significant severe weather event, it seems. Uh, I am available. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be available originally, but I am now. And I am here to cover this severe weather event extensively as it continues, from Arkansas, where there's a severe thunderstorm warning, all the way into Iowa. And I will be here, for quite a bit. Of course, I do have to, do other stuff because, yes, I have a life. But I will try to be on here for at least. I'm not sure. It really depends when I have to leave. But probably. Here, I gotta ask. I'm able to stay live until 5. We'll see if I can push it, but I don't know. Anyways, that's besides the point. Sorry about that. Just wait one moment. I'm setting things up. Alright. Alright, everybody. Hello. Hello, guys. So, we do have this significant severe weather event in Iowa mostly, but also in Missouri and Illinois. I am here to cover it, and it does seem like it could be dangerous. We do have a few tornado possible tags on severe thunderstorms, and a few tornado warnings for that matter. Some of them confirmed, specifically this one near Manson and Palmer. Here, let me just take off. Storm chasers. You can see that this is confirmed, and it is just to the northwest of Fort Dodge, so this could be a concerning storm. Please take shelter if you're within this. If you're in Pocahontas, Gilmore City, Havelock, Rolfe, Bradgate, Ottoson, West Bend, Plover, Palmer. If you live in any of those locations, you have to get to shelter now, because this is actually a tornado on the ground. This is actually confirmed. As of 4:14 p.m., this actually is a tornado on the ground. So please make sure to stay in your shelters. Of course, this isn't a huge population, but it surely is still places nevertheless, and everybody counts, so make sure to, stay safe out there. But this is what we'll be looking at. And as well as some other things. So, we've had a lot of tornadoes, from this event already. You can see this is what the damage has been assessed so far. Not too much at the moment, but you can see there has been a few tornadoes confirmed. Are these two near Osage City, both EF1. So those occurred at around 8 a.m. Yes, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., around then. That is Central Time. And then up here, we have a few other tornadoes. This one at 2:55 a.m., and this one also at 3:30 a.m. That was near Cowles, and the other one was near Smith Center. So we do have quite a few tornadoes that have already occurred. If you look at the Radar Omega app, you can see there is a cluster of tornado reports, which are from the same tornadoes typically. We had the first one, which was near Smith Center, at around 2:53 a.m. Then we had this tornado at 3:28 a.m. near Cowles. Let me get my names. There could be more. That's why I'm not naming them yet. There could be more tornadoes that haven't been discovered yet. But, this one was Maximus. This one was Nubia, so Tornado Nubia. Then we had this one near Eureka at 5:30 a.m. That was Ozias. And then we had technically two tornadoes here, so it was actually Promise and Kadir. Both were by Osage City, and you saw that here. I'm just seeing if anybody has chatted. And yeah, people love tornadoes, I guess, but it is also very dangerous, so be careful with that. But otherwise, we have this tornado that was reported near Topeka, at around 7:27 a.m. That was Tornado Kadir, and that was near Promise too. This was near Smithville, Missouri at 11:13 a.m., and this is not the Great Plains naming list anymore. Now it is the Low Plains naming list. So that was a Laven, Tornado Laven, which was near Smithville, and of course we had a few other tornado reports as well. Then we had this one near Des Moines at 12 p.m., right at noon, from a small supercell that developed. Actually, a lot of these tornadoes developed before we expected. In some of those regions, it was still the same regions we were expecting tornadoes, but earlier than expected. We had those, first line of supercell-like thunderstorms come in a lot earlier than we originally expected, so that is what caused these additional tornadoes to exist. So that was Tornado Mercedes. Then we had a few tornadoes here, back into the Great Plains, and my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, we just got a ton of tornado warnings. I'm going over all the tornadoes we've seen so far, and then I just get this. So, I feel like what's more important is to cover the tornadoes that we have right now, because those are necessary. If you live in Gilmore City, Pocahontas, Bradgate, Havelock, you need to get to shelter. Need to. And that is a necessity. It is necessary to get to shelter here. If you live in Rock Rapids, Little Rock, you need to get shelter as well. Thankfully, this one isn't confirmed. So, we're not sure if this is a tornado on the ground or not, but it is still a possibility. I don't know why I just did that. I just opened the dictionary. But you can see, there is still some rotation with this. It's not that strong anymore, so this could get canceled soon. But at the moment, if you live in Little Rock, Georgia, and Rock Rapids, you still have to get to shelter. I don't think there's a CC drop. There isn't. And oh my gosh, I don't know what is up with this dictionary. I don't know why it keeps popping up. I don't know what it is. But this tornado is still imminent. It is currently going on, and this is near Rolfe and Pocahontas. You need to get to shelter. There is rotating air there. All the way over here, you can see there is a few other tornadoes. One near Anamosa, Monticello, Hopkinton, Mount Vernon, Martell, Springville, Prairieburg. All those places need to be in shelter, and this is in a more populated area than that other tornado warning. So be careful and re-enter into your safe spot. Your safe spot is either a basement or an interior room. An interior room, if you were to walk through walls, all of the walls that you walk through, you enter into another room, then you're safe. If you enter into outside, if you were to walk through any of the walls, then you're not safe and you have to move to another room. That is where your safe spot would be. This is still several tornado warnings active at the moment. Alright, now we can get back to the reports. So then we had this tornado, at around 12:30 p.m., back here in the Great Plains. That was named Riley was in this region near Columbus. And then we had this other tornado that occurred later on at 2:39 p.m. named Soren. And Soren also caused, unfortunately, some damage, it seems. Then we had this tornado near Lamar's, and that was near Sioux City, that general region. That was back in the low plains, so let me get that. There's different regions that I have here. That's why I'm switching. That was Tornado Nero, and then we had the tornado that's currently active right now. It might have produced several different tornadoes. It might have been different funnels, but for the moment, let's just say it's all one tornado. It was different tornadoes, technically, if it dropped off of the ground and back on the ground. So if you want to say that, I mean, the thing is, these are also multiple reports, but I feel like these were more continuous. I don't know if this is continuous. So let's just say these are 3 different tornadoes. So Orchard, Phil, and Quinnis. Tornado Quinnis is in this area. I don't want to name these tornadoes all the time because I feel like that's a little less formal. So at the moment, I'm just going to say that there is a confirmed tornado without a name here near Wolf, and there still is rotation on it. So we still have a tornado warning active, several tornado warning active, for that matter, and we still have to be aware. Still rotation on this storm near Gilmore City. Let's see if it does have a CC drop. I mean, if this is a tornado on the ground, it does a little bit. So this definitely is a tornado on the ground, I believe. I mean, it looks like one. So I feel like we still have to get to shelter. If you're in Gilmore City, Pocahontas, heed by this tornado warning. Go to your safe spot. It does look like this is going to be able to expire since it hasn't been extended yet. Yeah, and it's going to get rid of in 3 minutes as this enters into Minnesota. So, Minnesota wasn't expecting any tornadoes today, really, except for these far southern regions anyways. So, I mean, it makes sense if that will be disconnected. Alright, let's look at these severe thunderstorm warnings with tornado possible tags. There are a few thunderstorms with tornado possible tags near Ottumwa. Here, let me get traffic cams up. I need to get traffic cams up. Let's look at Iowa dot. Alright, let's see if we can see these tornadoes. It's a little difficult because here. It's a little difficult because you see, these are looking at the ground. That's also looking at the ground. Alright, well, you can see the storm's past Rockwell City now. That's where the tornado was originally reported, but you can still see that storm. And here, that's not where we're looking at. Here is also not where we're looking at. I mean, you can see there is some storms in this area. Let's see those other tornado warnings, or that severe thunderstorm warning. That's in Ottumwa. So let's go just to the east of Ottumwa. Yeah, I mean, there's some rain, definitely, as this line goes by. I mean, we might be able to look at this. It's not showing the sky, but it is showing the ground, and maybe it will get flooded. Hopefully not, but you can see the rain has just moved by in these areas. Oh yeah, Karen Delatorre. Yeah, you probably should if he lives in are those in Iowa? If those are in Iowa, then you have to send it to him. If it's in another state, then you don't have to send it to him. But if they're in Pocahontas and Sibley, Iowa, then you should send it. We gotta make people aware. We gotta make people aware. Alright, I mean, this looks interesting. There's a little bit of rotation here near Lancaster and Sigourney. I don't think it's enough to produce a tornado warning, but it's there. Alright, so that one that was about to approach Minnesota has expired, finally. So everybody in Rock Rapids can get out of their safe spots now. You are out of a tornado warning. But still, you have a confirmed tornado near Rolfe, Pocahontas, Gilmore City, down a little bit north of Palmer. Just looking. Sorry if this isn't well edited. I'll make my live streams better edited before, but it's just I'm still at the beginning stages of a live stream. Whatever. A lot of tornado warnings, guys. This is a dangerous event. For a few people, for sure. You can still see this rotation here near Strawberry Point. I don't know why this is zoomed in. Alright, let's see if we can find a camera near Strawberry Point. Strawberry Point, Iowa. I don't want to add a favorite. And not a lot of cameras here, unfortunately. You can see some rainstorms. Here? Ooh, I don't know what that is. Not a lot of cameras. Yeah, not a lot. It's just unfortunate. You can see maybe the storm from afar along US 20 near Waterloo. Let's see if there is any other storms near Waterloo. Because that might be... I mean, this is close to Waterloo. It would be looking at those tornado warnings, and I can't see anything, but you can see there's storms up there. Surely are. So, we'll see what happens with those storms. Let's see if we can get any other cameras. Oh, yeah, look, there's some storms. That is a storm cloud. It looks like it's some of the inflow, maybe. I'm not sure. But you can see there is a storm in this area. I don't see any tornadoes. It's too far away to tell if there is. But, you know. So, yeah. Quite a few tornado warnings we have. A little less than it was before, but still one confirmed. Still near Rolfe. Let's read this. So it's moving north at 30 miles per hour. The storm has produced intermittent tornadoes. So that means these are separate tornadoes. Sometimes I consider it the same. I'm not gonna. Technically, they're separate tornadoes if they go off and off the ground. But it doesn't matter, because since it is producing intermittent tornadoes, even if there isn't a tornado, there could be. It's almost like a little Schrodinger's cat thing. Like, there could be a tornado and there couldn't be, because it's intermittent. But just in case, you still have to go into shelter either way, because of that possibility that there's a tornado is big enough to where you need to go with shelter. But yeah, there's still some storms here. You can see, this is looking east. And you can see those storms are in that angle. None of them are producing tornadoes, it seems, but still have that possibility. Yeah, this event is really starting to uptick, and unfortunately this is just the beginning, I believe. Or maybe a little bit past the beginning, we'll see. Just looking. Alright, well that's looking at nothing. Yeah, there's some storm clouds here. I mean... you can see some storms in the distance. And these trucks moving along by, but here is not where the tornado warning is, so that's fine. This one is near Cedar Rapids. Let me see if I can find one in Cedar Rapids. Oh, wait, there's one right here. Can't see anything. Looking at these traffic cams. There's a few near these tornado warning. Yeah, I mean, there is. I don't know, I mean... I can't see one on here. This is 7 minutes earlier. Here, wait. I think these are just pictures that it takes. Yeah, these are just pictures that it takes. Well, looking at all angles, can't see anything. Still have this observed tornado warning here. Northwest of Fort Dodge. Has it weakened? It maybe has a little bit, but it's still probably producing intermittent tornadoes. It's now right next to Wolf. So everybody in Wolf should be in shelter. It is approaching West Bend. I'm not sure if this will be extended. I'm not sure if it will be extended as an observed warning. We'll have to see. Still have this one severe thunderstorm in Minnesota, and it is still tornado possible warned, because of course this is the system that had that previous tornado warning, but not tornado warned at the moment, so that's good. Let's look at this storm now. Back down to Fairfield. I mean, there's little rotations in it, and it is producing up to winds to 70 miles per hour, so that is kind of damaging. As we approach towards Keosauqua, Birmingham, Fairfield, Brighton, Washington, all of these places in Iowa are experiencing some pretty strong winds. So, I mean, it's not always just tornadoes. Oh, and we got a few storms here near St. Louis. That's very interesting. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in this area. They are in the 5% tornado risk, but none of these look tornadic at the moment. That is interesting. Of course, it's not just Iowa. It's these places farther south. And we did have a severe thunderstorm warning near Little Rock originally. That has since dissipated. But still, quite a few warnings. Stretching from Minnesota all the way down to Arkansas. Looking. This would get some of the winds of the storm. I mean, not really much going on with it. This would get one of the winds, but... you can see there's a storm here. Doesn't look like these are just pictures. That was when the storm was near Ottumwa. Yeah, still these cameras near Ottumwa. I meant Cedar Rapids. to make it a picture or something. Alright, new tornado warning now for Memphis, Missouri, and Keosauqua, Iowa. So that's one of the severe thunderstorm warnings. It is radar indicated and will last for the next 50 minutes. Fortunately, this is in a radar hole, which basically means that there isn't really many radars nearby. Yeah, there isn't really. That's unfortunate. It's always unfortunate what that is, because then you can't see. But you can see there's some rotation in Dancing Rabbit Eco Village. Okay, then. It's really hard to tell if there's a CC drop or anything from this high up in the atmosphere. Sometimes it can show that it's a strong tornado and lifting debris, like, very high up in the air, but I don't think that's the case with this one because you can barely tell that it has rotation. So it's near Memphis, Granger, Arbella, Luray, Wyaconda, Farmington, Bonaparte, Keosauqua. All of those places, they should be in shelter. So let's see if we can get any cameras there. Keosauqua. We do have this one. Let's get to MoDOT. Not much. Oh wait, where's the cameras? Ah. Can't find any. Fortunately, there's not really any cameras in this area. Well, it's unfortunate, but we do have this. What's just sighing a storm? I don't know, there's rotation on it, but we'll see. Still looking at the storm near Anamosa, it does look like the rotation is kind of weakening on it. Still a little bit there, you can see a weak couplet. But not looking like anything insane. It does seem like it has weakened a little bit. But still, you can see near Kirksville, there's still that tornado warning. Am I still... Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize I was still... My camera was still shut off. Still that severe thunderstorm warning for Festus. We can get a view on that. Let's see. Festus. Doesn't look like that much is going on. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, not really much with this severe thunderstorm warning. I guess it's not there yet. Yeah, it's not there yet, that's why. It'll almost reach this area. A storm is approaching. Let's see if we can get any views on that. But it is just a severe thunderstorm warning. We have bigger priorities because we have tornado warnings active right now. So let's see if we can get a view. Still near Anamosa, though. I mean, there still is some rotation near Monticello, though. So we do have to be careful here. But the main storm, I think we're watching... Oh, never mind. It's still active. Yeah, we still have this observed tornado warning near Wolf. It does look like it has weakened a little bit. So maybe the intermittent tornadoes will stop, but I can't say that yet. sorry. It does look like there was 4 tornadoes on the ground then. With this one storm. All the way back here to Rockwell City to Wolf. It does not seem like this was continuous though, so that's not all the same tornado. I don't know. It keeps producing tornadoes, so we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Everybody should still be in shelter, because this keeps producing tornadoes. You can still see this rotation now near Plover. It keeps producing tornadoes. So just be careful. Let's see if I can get a view near Emmitsburg. We have one view. Not that good. You can see the storm's way off to the distance, even though this is old. That's a little less old. Yeah, this is an event. Okay, so yes, that tornado warning near Anamosa is gone now. So you can come out of your safe spots if you live in Monticello or Anamosa. It does look like there is no rotation, or very little rotation on that. But we're still launching at this radar hold system. Yeah, you can see the rotation better from the Davenport radar. I don't think that's a CC drop. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it is, but that could just be from the hail. And there is hail with the storm, 1 inch. So be careful with your leaving your pets outside soon, even though you should be going to shelter, really. Still, wish we could get a view here, but it doesn't look like it. We just have this one view by Fox River. Oh, that just means that it's not available. Yeah. It's gonna be hard to find a view. Let's see if we can find anything on Radar Omega. Just storm chasers, which I can't show. Alright, now we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Illinois. 60-mile-per-hour winds and 0.75-inch hail. So we have it here near Jerseyville. There's a storm. Not much rotation on it, though. So that's good. Just looking. Very interesting. There is a mesoscale discussion that I do want to look at. Let's see this. Alright, mesoscale. Mesoscale discussions. Here they are. So let's look at these. This one is so tornado threat seems to be confined to northern Iowa. So that is interesting. That is interesting because that means the tornado threat won't exist down here in southeastern Iowa, which is where we were expecting. That is definitely a difference, and I do find that very interesting. I do find that very interesting that a lot of these tornadoes aren't occurring in the 10 sig area. So yeah, maybe a little bit more, a little bit. It is a little bit in the north. Of course, this does barely include Des Moines, which is unfortunate. But yeah, over here in northern Iowa, it seems like that's where the main tornadoes are going to be. Even though we do have this one tornado warning in the 10 sig area, I don't know if that will amount to anything. We don't have a mesoscale discussion in that region. As the Pacific Front interacted with convection across eastern Nebraska around 19Z, a strong outflow boundary pushed well ahead of convection, which essentially has ended the severe weather threat for the western half of Watch 118. So it is a very small area that we're watching along the I-35 corridor, really, from Ames down up to Story, Story City, I believe. I can't remember. Therefore, the only remaining favorable air mass is northeast of the... In addition, this outflow boundary has recently collided with the warm front. So basically, the outflow boundary that was created from the storm, it's basically now merging. It's merging with the warm front. They're in the same place, it looks like. Near the intersection of Minnesota, Iowa, and South Dakota, and thus expect the storm, which moved north of the boundary, to continue to weaken. So all of them north of the boundary will continue to weaken. Therefore, the only remaining favorable air mass is northeast of the dry line across north-central Iowa. In this region, a few tornadoes have been confirmed, with a low-top supercell in Pocahontas, that's that storm we were just watching, counting at 2030C. Visible satellite and radar trends show additional storms developing southeast of the storm, which may also pose a tornado threat this afternoon and to the early evening as they move through it. So we are looking at more storms that are going to develop in the Des Moines area all the way up to here. That is what we're looking at. It does seem like that is what we're going to be seeing over the next few moments. So that is what we're mainly looking at. So definitely interesting how a lot of it isn't in the 10 sig area, but you know, it's always possible. Anyways, let's look at the still have an enhanced risk. It is for part of this area. It's the far northwestern point of this 10% hatched region that's seeing tornadoes, it seems like. We did just get a new tornado warning for the storm near West Bend now. It's no longer confirmed, which is something we should be thankful about. That means we aren't sure that there's a tornado on the ground. But we still have to be careful up there towards Emmitsburg. Let's see if we can get a view on that. Up there towards Emmitsburg. We do have this one view. It's not really showing much, because it's kind of looking towards the ground, which is unfortunate. There is a storm there. It's a storm, but that is very old. If this is only looking... No, it's not looking west. Yeah. Not much there. But, yeah, we've seen some tornadoes today. Hopefully this event will die down. I mean, it almost seems like it. I mean, more storms could develop, but it almost seems like this. I'm not saying it is. We really have to see. We really have to see how long this goes. But we still have tornado warnings at the moment, so I'm going to continue to remain live. I do have to leave at one point, though, so realize that. But I'll be here as long as possible. Yes, still these tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm near Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. There's a lot of cameras there, so let's show that. Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. Yeah, let's look at the storm. No, that's not good for you. I mean, you can see there's some clouds approaching. I'm gonna leave this camera on just in case. But doesn't look like there's any rotations here. Maybe a tiny one, but it's not really that bad. Still have this tornado warning near Kirksville, Mount Sterling area. Oh, that's very interesting. We actually had a tornado in Ukraine today. Wow. Near the Chernihiv region. In Urkov. I know those places might not sound familiar, but that is interesting. Still have this tornado warning near Emmitsburg, though. Sorry about that. Red rain? Oh, I think you just mean the velocities. This is not rain. This is not rain. Or are you talking about my thumbnail? I'm not sure what you're talking about necessarily, but I think the radar, that's velocity. Basically, when you see those brighter colors next to each other, when you see brighter colors of two different colors next to each other, or if you see darker colors, to a lesser extent, if you see darker colors of two different colors, or a darker color and a brighter color next to each other, then that's rotation. That's what you see on this velocity map. It's not red rain. It's just velocity. Alright, so still watching these tornado warnings. This one near Fort Madison. Has shrunk a little bit. Let's see, I mean, I don't think there is a camera near here, but it would be approaching one of the cameras. Still have this tornado possible tag here for Iowa City and Cedar Rapids, so definitely a huge storm entering into that region. Bunch of strong winds with the system, 60 miles per hour, as it enters into Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. Still have this tornado warning just to the west of Algona. Vader indicated, so thankfully don't have to worry about an observed tornado warning anymore. But still, it's a possibility that we have a tornado there. This was in the 5% area, not in the 10 sig area, so that is interesting to note. But still watching this potential tornado down here near Farmington. It still has some rotation, so we're watching. You see those darker colors on both sides. Oh, and a tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm for Mount Pleasant. You can see there's maybe a tiny bit of rotation there. Let's see. I mean, you can see some storm clouds on this camera, but... There is one camera, and that's not helpful. That's not helpful when it just shows the road. Here is a little more helpful. You can see there's some storm clouds there. Yeah, there's some. That's, near a river. Yeah, some storm clouds when you look at it. That's east. My bad. That's also east. That's south. That is west, but can't really see it well. And there's west. You can see some storm clouds with this system. Yeah, it is tornado possible tagged. So, we'll see what happens with that. So, one of the tornado warnings has been able to expire, but it's just been replaced with this radar indicated one. So, still be in shelter if you're in West Bend. You can get out of your shelter now if you live in Wolf. You're not under the tornado warning anymore. Does seem like things may be slightly calming down, but we're still watching. We're still watching. We've had quite a few tornadoes over the past few moments. Still watching. By the way, those North Carolina tornadoes on my last stream, they did go confirmed. Most of them were EF1. So, yeah, we had some tornadoes on the stream there, even though we didn't realize it. Fortunately, we won't be able to realize it until they go out and survey there. Well, sometimes we're able to see. Sorry, I sounded like a duck there. I don't know. I sounded so weird, like, well. Well. I mean, I'm gonna check if we can still get any cameras here. This is just St. Louis. No. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything up here. I don't know, they're not very common in the northern part of Missouri. That's probably just because there's no interstates. Usually the cameras are by the interstates. Not always. In Iowa, they have a little more that are not into interstates, so sorry about that. But yeah, still this is moving into Cedar Rapids. Let's try to see the reflectivity to get a better view. There's some decent hail in this, probably. You can see when there's those brighter pink, purple colors I meant. 65 dBz. That means there's probably some hail, maybe like an inch in diameter. We can't tell exactly how much hail there is. No, we can tell how much hail there is more with this, not the size of the hail. So we don't really know the size of the hail as much, we just know how much hail there is, and there's a lot of hail within that Iowa City, North Liberty area. Not so much for Cedar Rapids, but still some. Still a very interesting situation we have going on here. 2 tornado warnings at the moment. 3 tornado warnings. Where is the other tornado warning? Oh, we have a tornado warning in Minnesota. Wow. Yeah, you can see there is some rotation. I didn't even notice that. That's actually been there for a while. Yeah, and the 2% risk near Worthington, Minnesota. Let's see if we can get a view on that. That is very interesting. Let's see. MN dot. Yeah, that is very interesting. Here, we do have one camera. and it's not the greatest. Oh! Oh, this is interesting. Look at this view. There is some clouds here. I mean, of course there is. Yeah, and you can see there's some updrafts. That's very surprising, and this was not too long ago. There's updrafts with the storm. Very interesting. I don't see a tornado or anything, but this still shows that it is strong. You can see, fairly strong storm. Yeah, that is nice. I mean, it's nice to see, but it is still dangerous. But it doesn't look like it's producing a tornado, at least from what we see there. Let's see if there's any cameras closer. No, not really, so... I mean, there's this one that's down, but... Yeah, that's a nice view of a storm, but... Still, it's never nice to have a storm. Alright, so still watching this near Kiyosawa. And now near Mount Sterling, right at the border there. Does seem like things are slightly calming down. No confirmed tornado warnings at the moment. None. Which is good. But still, we're watching this one in Minnesota. Watching this one in Iowa. And watching another one in Iowa and Missouri. Still quite a bit to see. Of course. Okay. Gotta leave at 5:30. Ah. Oh, so that's very interesting. They say a tornado warning is in effect in this region. Yeah, that's nice that say that. Still no new view. You can see there's some nice views here. Of these storms and their rough drafts. But yeah, you can see the tornado warning is on this camera. On this camera app, I meant. Let's see if we can see anything now. I mean, not really. It's a little foggy. You can see some storm clouds here. Yeah, there is a storm nearby, but there's no way to tell if there's a tornado at the moment. Still got this line of severe thunderstorm warnings now coming for Iowa City and Cedar Rapids. Still a whole line sweeping through with 60-mile-per-hour winds. Not very large hail, though, but still some in there. You can see it. The DBZ value is still getting up there. 58 DBZ. That's still quite a bit. But that just means there's a lot of... Oh, a new tornado warning. New tornado warning now. It's not for this system that was warned before for confirmed. We have this other possible storm. Another supercell. All of these are supercells. Realize they're all isolated. That's how they're producing tornadoes. Near Okoboji. In Arnold's Park. Do have something there. Let's see if we can get a view on that. Yeah, we have some cameras there. Not very good cameras, it seems. Yeah, you can't see much with these, unfortunately. It's always just looking at the road. You can see there was a storm here. And there probably is one approaching. I mean, we'll be able to see something here. You can see there's some storm clouds there, but it's really hard to tell. Does look like this rotation is getting a little bit stronger, which is unfortunate. As it approaches towards Bonaparte, you can still see rotation there. Don't see a CG drop. CC drop. But still a storm. We're watching it. But yeah, the system definitely has produced quite a bit of tornadoes. So, we'll see if these get confirmed or not. This one already has produced 4 tornadoes. I mean, this is getting a little stronger. Let's see how big the winds are. I mean, they're reaching 42 meters per second, which is around 90 miles per hour. This is just an estimate. The radar isn't, like, actually picking up 90. Well, it might be, but we don't really know. It's less trustworthy than on-the-ground reports. And damage assessment, so. But I don't know, it does seem like a strong storm. Still have these tornado warnings all the way up here. Definitely not where we were expecting today. But here they are. 4 tornado warnings active at the moment. 1 in Minnesota, 3 in Iowa. And technically 1 in Missouri. But just barely. But yeah, still watching that storm near Farmington. Does look like some rotation on that. Still no cameras there, though. I don't know why this isn't working. Do have to leave in 15 minutes, but thankfully it seems things have calmed down a little bit. We still have 4 tornado warnings. Oh, sorry, that was a plate. I don't know. Let's see what happens with this. Still, it does look like this has passed Cedar Rapids now. Yeah, you can see on velocity. It does look like that main line is now just reaching Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. Oh, interesting hook there. I don't know. That does have a little bit of rotation. This is a tornado possible storm, so I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. It's not that much rotation, but it's right over Iowa City. So I hope that isn't anything. Really do hope. Alright, so that tornado warning in Minnesota has now been lifted, but we do have an extension to the storm in southern Iowa, and yeah, this is still looking concerning. I mean, it's still looking like some rotation. You see those brighter colors and those slightly brighter colors on the other side? Yeah, I mean, this could be a tornado. Could be. Not saying it is. I can't see a CG drop. It's really hard to tell. But still, this is extended and will last for the next 45 minutes. You're Farmington. We're watching. Oh, and now another tornado warning for cells south of it. Very interesting. Okay, so maybe things are picking up a little bit again. No confirmed tornado warnings as of the moment, but we still have to be careful here. You can see in Cahokia, Wyaconda, Rutledge. You can see there is a tornado possible here in this region. We'll have to watch. Yeah, I mean, this does have some rotation, brighter colors on both sides. Right near Rutledge. You do have to watch this. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they put a tornado warning on it. Not at all. No CC drop, which is good. Still have these 2 tornado warnings, though, in northwestern Iowa, which seems to be the main risk area. Really does. 5 tornado warnings active. That is quite a bit. Let's see if we can get a view now. Sorry about my voice. I mean, maybe here? It's not very good view. You can see a few images. There's storms. Yeah, oh wow, this is a decent storm. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a wall cloud. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I can't really tell because I can't see the top of it. I can't see where it's coming from, so it's kind of hard to tell. But there is a storm here. Definitely promoting that tornado warning. Of course, there's probably no cameras up here in Missouri, so I'm just gonna leave it. Let's look back up here near Spirit Lake. See if we can get a view of this storm. I mean, not much is happening there. It's not really that much. There was a storm here not long before. I mean, you can see some storm clouds with this, but it's really hard to tell over here in Spirit Lake. Really hard to tell. There's some wind probably too. I mean, yeah, there's still storms around. Still 5. Oh my gosh, we have a 6th tornado warning. And this is for Iowa City. This is that system that I was watching. I was wondering if that was going to get warned. It did have a hook to it. Yeah, this is right by Iowa City. Everybody in Iowa City, which is a very populated area, should be in shelter. This is a tornado warning in that area. You can see along this line, there's still that tornado warning. no storm chasers near there, but I probably wouldn't be able to show them anyways. Probably do have to go soon, but that's the problem. Because we still have several tornado warnings active. I'll try my best. But, yeah, we still have tornado warnings here, unfortunately. Still have this one near Emmitsburg. It is about to expire. And this one near Spirit Lake is also about to expire. We do have a camera here. Oh! Oh my gosh, this is very interesting. We can see, that's like a shelf cloud, not a wall cloud. Yet that is a very interesting storm. This is the storm that was tornado warned. It still is. That is a great view on it. That is very good. I'm pretty sure I can show this. Yeah, that is a good image. No tornadoes, it seems like. That is very interesting, though. That is what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at with the storm. You can see decent presentation to it. No tornadoes, but man, that is a storm. So be careful, though. This is a strong storm. If it's able to look like that, I'm glad I caught that. But it does look like the rotation has actually decreased with that. So that is a good thing. It does look like rotation has decreased with that. I do have to go in about 5 minutes, so realize that, but at the moment, we are still here, providing this coverage. It does look like this is once again weakening. That is good. Once again, this rotation is weakening near Farmington, so that is good. It does look like there's less of those brighter colors. It was fairly strong at a moment, but it does look like it has weakened now. I don't think that's a CC drop. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, and still is tornado warning near Iowa City. It does look like rotation is weakened on that too. A lot of weakening storms, it seems. Yeah, you can see the rotation's almost gone. You can still see it there. And a little bit of a hook to it. Not anything insane. Little bit of rotation in there. But really, it has nearly dissipated. I don't know. We'll see what happened in Iowa City. I hope it wasn't anything. It was a very populated area, so. Oh, and looks like we had a third tornado here. 1:48 p.m. In between these two tornadoes in Nebraska. Still surprised we had a lot of tornadoes in Nebraska today. That isn't what we were expecting. I believe these are from the same tornado, but definitely a lot more tornado reports coming out, so realize this is an extensive event. Extensive. Yeah, this is still here. The rotation's still there, but it does seem to be weakening. Still a quarter-size hail with this, so you should be careful with that. That's good. Just looking at stuff. But yeah, I told you there was going to be more tornadoes reported. That's why I was hesitant to name them. I don't know. I still don't think it's a good idea for me to name those tornadoes, because it isn't very formal. I mean, tornadoes are dangerous, and they shouldn't make fun of them, even though I'm not really making fun of them. I mean it in a serious tone, but I'll try not to commonly use that. Alright, so let's look back at that camera. We're still seeing it, and I don't know if those are funnels. I don't think that is. You can see... Is there rotation at the storm? Maybe a little bit, but that does seem like a shelf cloud. Something like that. Yeah, that is very interesting. This is a big storm. And I can see why it's Tornado 1, even though it isn't producing a tornado. Like, of course, if it's Tornado 1, that just means it can produce a tornado at any moment. It's not like it is going to. And I hope you realize that. But yeah, we'll keep that camera in mind. Does look like this is about to expire. I mean, this one too. There's still some rotation here near Spirit Lake, and you can see it's still a strong storm, but it's clearly not producing a tornado. I don't know. I mean, they could keep it, but we'll have to see. But we're still okay. Maybe a little bit of rotation approaching near Morse. But does look like it has weakened a little bit. Still all of these tornado warnings in this area. Alright, so this is coming back a little bit. You can see those brighter colors are reappearing here. That is unfortunate. Near Houghton, it does look like it is beginning to strengthen again. You can see those colors beginning to show themselves. So let's hope for the best. It does look like all severe thunderstorms in Missouri have been expired. We did have some hail here in Little Rock, though, from that severe thunderstorm warning. It's not like we were expecting nothing there. But yeah, still watching these storms. Still have the possibility of a possible tornado near Houghton. Be careful. Be careful there near Houghton, Iowa. Sorry about that. That was my dog. I'm gonna have to leave here in just a moment. But thank you for the support, everyone. If there is any other tornado stuff, I will likely come back with a similar stream. But at the moment, I have to leave. So I am gonna be watching. These storms, monitoring them as much as I can. But at the moment, I'm gonna have to leave. I know there is tornado warnings in effect, so we'll see. But thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to subscribe. Turn on notifications. If you don't know what the notifications are, the bell icon reminders to subscribe. And also make sure to like this video. I don't care if you dislike. Really didn't like this video. Fine, dislike. But anyways, guys, you really gotta notice that it's probably better than anything just to head on the Morris Data on the road freeway. Just give it a chance. Goodbye, guys. Oh, wait. And I'm back. Just because I will leave in a second. I just wanna No, we are not all going to die. Don't think that we're all going to die, because we're not all going to die. Just because there's a few tornadoes in Iowa doesn't mean across the world we're all going to die. Yeah, it does look like this rotation is weakening. Okay. Goodbye. Let me just stay on for a little longer. Just because I gotta get things set up. Just in case if I go. Alright, I think I gotta go.